Well, hello and congratulations on your purchase or on the gift. I believe that you're sitting with the 5 Minute Manifestor's Grow Journal for Your Dream Business in your hands. My name is Swede, or otherwise known as Karin Rosarne. I am one of the authors of this particular journal. You have made an excellent investment into yourself and your business. Before you begin, we wanted to go through this big book with you to make sure that you get the very most of it. And I'm going to hold it in front of me, and I'm also going to go through the pages back and forth so that I can follow along with you with what you're looking at. Now, the one that we're going through today that I'm using is the gold and pink version. I realize that we have a few options. I know that there's a gold and navy and the black and white option. Different uses. They look the same inside. Some are full color, but the black and white is black and white all the way through and through. A lot of our students use a different journal for a different purpose. So we will get into that in a little bit. Outside of that, onward, and let's see what we have in this book. The first page here is just a little copyright note. We can skip right over that. And the next insert is a page for you to write your name and contact information. Like I said, some people use their journals for different purposes. And what we found is that this is very personal material, and our readers put a lot of work into their journals. So if it gets misplaced, maybe you put it down someplace at the office or at the bus stop, it sure is nice when you can get it returned to you. There's a table of content to give you a quick overview of what is in the book. So that way, if you're looking for a certain section, it will give you an idea of where to start fanning through. We start, of course, with a little welcome letter from me and Bear. Bear is Larry Arth, and he's my cohort in Law of Attraction Business. When you come to our website and when you read our blogs and our newsletter, you will see that you get both of us in throughout our material. So don't think that he's a stranger here. Okay, the first quote of the day, shall I say, what you're going to find is throughout this book, we have quotes and affirmations peppered through. I should mention too, on that note, we do have a Kindle book of affirmations and quotes is coming out, I believe, this week. So by the time you have this video, it's probably out already, and it would be called Law of Attraction, Affirmations and Quotes for Business, if you want to look into that. Then a quick introduction on how to use this journal. On page 8, this is where we start diving into the meat of it. We go into it right away pretty fast here. You're going to see that there's an overview of the 7 laws of attraction. If you are not familiar with the laws of attraction, or you want more and you want to dive deeper, come and visit our website, lawofattractionbusiness.com, and you will find a ton of resources. Let's see if I can get my technology to follow along here. Okay, hopefully that doesn't skip 2 pages. Then we go straight into the Grow Manifestation method, which is a 4-step framework applying 4 keys of effective manifestation powered by the law of attraction. Some have called this the SWOT analysis for soul-centered business practices. So on page 9, you will have a full overview of the system that is used for this manifestation method. As you can see, it is divided up into 4 quadrants: gifts, resistance, opportunities, and warnings. Each of these contribute to the whole of you and your business. Gifts and opportunities, as you can see, are stacked under the label high frequency, whereas the resistance and warnings are labeled low frequency. There again, there's more information to be had on this. If you want to get into it, believe me, we would love to dive deeper with you. This is our bit. We're all about this. Now, when you start looking from the left to right in the columns, you will see a fun little description of your monkeys at the very top. These are things that are within your control. The next row is noticed as the circus. And these are external factors that you or your business are experiencing. Now, in our manifestation course, we go much deeper into this. So I don't want to bore you too much because you might just be here for journaling. But as you can tell, this is not a passive journaling experience at all. What you will love is how you will be using this very framework for your guided journaling for the next month or so, depending on how fast you move. Most people do one of the journaling prompts per day and let that kind of marinate in before they move on to the next one. We will get there in just a minute. Pages 10 and 11 go a little bit more into the details about the manifestation method. And also, in addition, we have added the 4 manifestation amplifiers to your daily journaling practice. This just helps you find more effectiveness in your practices and also additional opportunities, shall we say, for reflection and implementation. The 4 keys are gratitude, reflection, openness, and worthiness. And you will soon see in the daily journaling practices here how cleverly these are being used in your book. Okay, I told you we dive right into it. Here we are. So next, please describe the present stage of your business and your motivation for purchasing this journal. You have a couple of pages here, I believe, for that. So we like giving you lots of room because, okay, as a journaler, I don't know if that's a word, but it is now. So as someone who journals quite a bit herself, I really enjoy when I get additional pages because that's what I'm there for. I enjoy doing the additional writing. So you're going to find that we give you several pages usually for your exercise. And then there's more pages in the book, back of the book as well. So now it's time to set your journaling intention for this particular journal. We recommend that you focus on one intention at a time. And yes, it can be very broad because it can be difficult to decide sometimes when you have to pick one. So pick one reason. Why are you here today? What was the reason for you to purchase this journal? Or if you got it as a gift, what is one topic in your business that you would really like to focus the next 4 weeks on? What is it that you would really like to expand on in the business? Or if you are just starting your business, where would you could write perhaps that or what it is that you're looking for when you're launching your business. So write down one intention, a goal, if you will. Now, you will see in the exercises that this journal will help you narrow down your focus if you do pick something broad. So that's why I'm saying that it really can be very broad because you'll get very specific as we go through the questions. And here is a more visual guide as to how your journal will work. So it shows you the layout of your daily prompt pages and why, a little bit of explanation as to why they're there. All right, let's go through the first week, shall we? Okay. So week 1 is all about discovering your superpowers. It's about your gifts. And so your quotes are going to be about that, your affirmations and your journaling prompts are going to be about discovering your superpower. And again, if you're just starting your business, this is a wonderful place to start. Okay, let's go here. Discovering your gifts is a lot about finding the uniqueness in how you share them with others through your unique expression of your skills and talents. The value is both in the gifts and the delivery, and this is your superpower. And let's go through a bit of an overview of what your first week of journaling looks like. Yes? Okay, I think we already said that, but let's go into some of the details. So let's break down this first day and go through what is in here so that If you have questions, of course, you can come to our free group at any time and ask us questions. So there's a free Facebook group resource. You'll find it at the end of the journal. But of course, if you just go to Law of Attraction Business, then you are going to find our community is in there as well. So each of the days you will find it uses one of the laws of attraction. So day one, for example, is using the law of delicate balance. So at the very top, you're going to see this is the week where we're, like we said, we're discovering our gifts. So the theme is our gifts. And then it says the law of delicate balance, and it has then a definition of the law of delicate balance. Then there's some room for notes for your daily gratitudes, reflection, openness, and also what worthiness may have come up as a topic. Why worthiness? Okay, let me just touch on that one real quick. I know I don't want to take up too much of your time because I can really get into it, but worthiness is something that a lot of us struggle with. And it shows up in various portions and especially in manifestation. So feeling worthy of receiving and also worthy of giving, that's something that when those things come up in your day, take notes of it because you're about to learn a lot about yourself and your business as you grow with these thoughts. Okay. And then here is our journaling prompt for the day. So you're going to find that there are 2 pages. You know how I was telling you that there's plenty of writing space for each prompt. So we have 2 full pages for you to write to your journaling prompt. So this is the day one journaling prompt for gifts and the law of delicate balance. And then there's going to be an inspirational quote or an affirmation that follows for your daily practice for that day. Okay, simple, right? I told you 5 minutes a day can really just blow the roof off your business just with journaling. And if you're like me, where you like some people think I'm an extrovert, and I think I am to some degree, but I sure love my alone time. And especially in my spiritual practices and my reflection time, journaling is a big component of that. So day 2 then has a different law of attraction. You can see how it's defined. But the 4 keys to effective manifestation are the same. So you will see that there's consistency as there is a little bit of a change depending on each day's goal, and a journaling prompt that applies to this particular law of attraction and that weekly goal. Okay, you can see how you're catching on. There's 2 pages, and here's your inspirational quote. All right, I think we got this. Let's go through all the way to the end of the week for day 7. Let's see how quickly I can go through down here, see if I can skip back a little bit so that you don't have to watch me scroll through all of this. Okay, at the end of the week, at the end of each week, I should say, there are pages for your major breakthroughs. So when you have that light bulb moment, there's a page in each week at the back of the book where you can write these down. And then you have this nifty little page. Let's see if I can get the computer to agree with me. There we go. Oh, and now it went twice. Okay, let's go back 1 page. I love technology when it works. So each week has also a page for reflection. So again, just giving you that extra space throughout the week. So if you have something that comes up that you're like, oh my gosh, I really want to make note of this. This is really, really important. This really just touches my soul. There is a place also at the back. You can use it for that. Or like at the end of the week, you can reflect on the week and make notes accordingly. And that was the end of week 1. Now here's week 2. Discover the resistance. This is where we explore one of the hot topics, right? The things that we resist. So let's go into, follows very much like week 1. We have a quote, we have a little patient insert. There is a simple explanation about resistance, how it serves and not. And Then we dive straight into our journaling practices again. Now, note that when we are talking about resistance, we have shifted our topic away from our gifts and we're now on a different topic. We're still using the 7 laws of attraction and rotate each law of attraction and give you the definition every day, that you're going to see how the energy shifts a little bit in the questions because you have a different goal this week. So you still have your gratitude, your reflection, your openness, and your worthiness. And here is how you can start feeling how the writing prompt starts to shift. So this is week 1, again, 2 pages. We go into a quote page and that follows through. Okay, you got it. You guys are super smart. So I'm going to see if I can skip across here again, all the way to the end of our week. And here we are. Absolutely. Here is our major breakthroughs. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't know what I learned more about myself, if it's perhaps in my shadow work, in the resistance. And of course, opportunities. I tend to be a little bit of an optimist, but I do find a lot of aha moments and great opportunities inside these chapters. So, and here's your page for reflection. So again, at the end of week 2, you have just like in week 1, where you had your major breakthroughs and your reflection, and the week 2 is organized the same way. All right, now let's go to week 3. Open to opportunities. I told you that opportunities is a little bit of my crack. Yeah, so they're kind of back to back here. My favorites. Okay, I don't know that I'm allowed to have a favorite baby, but there it is. So here is the introduction to week 3, our opportunities. We have a quote and, of course, an explanation about the opportunities. And here again, we shift so that our daily attraction writing prompt is now focused on creating opportunities. Yes, you're starting to see the pattern. And we have our daily writing prompt, 2 pages, and then, of course, our little quote. And this goes on for the whole week. Okay, so let's go all the way back to the end of the week here. Bear with me, please, as I get the show on the road. Week 4, identify the warnings. Okay, so the W for our G.R.O.W is talking about warnings in our business. So, of course, we have gifts that we apply to our business practices. We may have resistance, things that we try to avoid for one reason or another, or things that just kind of feel like we're pushing. Then we have our opportunities that are usually the reason why we discovered that we have gifts, perhaps. And we also have the warnings that come in, and these are just as important as the other 3 chapters. So in week 4, we talk about this, and we have our little quote, and then our warnings introduction page. We discuss how to identify the signs, and we might get much, much more detailed in this in our G.R.O.W manifestation workshop. So if you are interested in taking the full workshop, you're kind of getting a sampler here too. So we can really deep dive into some of these topics, much more so in the bigger programs. But like I said, I love journaling, and this is so helpful. So day 1, you can see how the law of attraction prompts are geared towards warnings. So we have our same 4 keys to manifestation. And here is where the prompts start changing. 2 pages. And then, of course, our quote. Okay, so let's go then. So this is going on for 4 weeks. So you have 4 weeks, 7 days of law of attraction, which is just so perfect since the 7 days of the week. So you have 28 journaling prompts until you get to the end of week 4. And it's still loading here. Just 1 second, you guys. So let me take you all the way to the back. Okay, so week 4, as you can imagine, is also wrapping up with the major breakthrough page and also the week in review page. Okay. Then we come into final reflection. And this is amazing soul work in your business. I know this for some people, business and personal life are two separate things, but those of us who are involved in what I would call soul business, those of us in particular that are maybe running our own business, or this is your passion, right? This is your life purpose that you are exploring through professionally. You're just blessed to make money in this, and this is your living. It's so big. So when you go through these four weeks, it's big soul work. So huge kudos for making it to this very page right here. That is just amazing work. And I just can't wait to hear what comes out of this journey. So the next page, there's journaling space for final thoughts for the whole 4 weeks, if you will. And then we have remember those extra journaling pages I told you about? You can use these back here, but you could also use these for like additional kind of final thoughts for your 4 keys of manifestation. So you have 2 pages for your gratitudes. You have 2 pages for reflection to take notes on. You, of course, have 2 pages for openness, which is then followed by, yes, you guessed it, 2 pages of worthiness. All right. And then catch up down here. Once we get through this is when we start implementing our discoveries. That's right. So we first have our 2 pages of breakthroughs that we can just write, like I said, additional just writing here. And also don't forget that you are the key to the puzzle. This cannot be done without you. You are the one ingredient that is so needed in this, right? But this journal isn't just about, discovering, that's a nice thought. And then you put your book away and that's it. No, there's an implementation stage too. So we dive straight into taking action in the back of the journal. So this is where you start tracking your goals and your wins after your journey. You start moving some of those discoveries to the back of your book. You have a 30-day action plan to choose from, a 60-day action plan, or a 90-day action plan. Some people do all 3. Some people pick just one. We leave that up to you. There's a page in here for important contacts that you may choose to have part of executing your new strategy. So if you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is the perfect project for, I need so-and-so, you can write down the note so you don't forget by the time that you're done with your journaling practices of who you need to contact. Or this could also be a client list. So you have space here to put down the people that are going to be key participants in helping you take your business to the next step. Okay. So you have 2 pages of a to-do list where you can put your top priorities of the tasks that you wish to execute on. And the success tracker. Of course, this journal is not just about wishing and hoping, but about achievement and fulfillment. So manifestation is real. Manifestation takes place. It actually materializes. That's what it's all about, right? So this is to keep track of when these goals are and our goals and our successes take shape. So we keep a list of them and keep track of them. And that way we know that they actually happened. Because sometimes we think, I don't know, I set that goal, I tried to manifest and nothing happened. But we may not actually be stopping to think about what did take place and how far we came down that journey and then just dropped the ball. So this success tracker will help us stay on track for that particular purpose. Okay. And here is a list of additional resources. Of course, this takes you to our website and different places where you might find extra help. And please do join our free Facebook group. Like I said, you can find us there on and off. We can answer your questions for you if you stumble into those. And who are those? Like, who are we? Here's a little blurb about Bear and I. I know we kind of put that at the end because important stuff is the stuff that's in this book. So if you want to know more about Bear and I, there's a little quick about us right here. And we wrap up, of course, with our final quote. We can't wait to see what comes from this journaling journey for you. So please do keep in touch. We love hearing from our readers and the success that you have. We would love to hear your success stories. And again, this big, thick book right here, if you have any questions about it, please just chime in our Facebook group, or you can email us at hello@lawofattractionbusiness.com. Thank you so much.